Silver and gold up big in Asian and European trading. In today's video, we're going to talk about silver, which means we're also going to talk about gold, obviously. So either if you're a silver investor or gold investor, you should watch today's video because big technical things are happening in the silver chart and the gold chart for the first time in weeks. I got good news for you. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days, weeks and month. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day. My name is Daniel Helmy. Quick housekeeping to jump right into silver and gold. First things first, today you're going to get two videos. You're going to get this video about gold and silver, the regular video, and I'm going to make a bonus video about SpaceX and the tech stocks because I got a lot of questions about both of them, especially about SpaceX. And I know a lot of you just care about the commodity content, so I figured, smart German brain. Okay, not smart, but German. I'm going to do two videos. So if you don't care about SpaceX, if you don't care about the high-tech stocks, you don't even need to worry about the second video. You get all the commodity content here, and you can just ignore the other video and do something better with your life. And let's be honest, don't tell my girlfriend, but there got to be at least 1 million things that are better in life to do than looking at me. But here and today, and second thing, completely forgot about it. Friday, Rick Rule video. We're going to record it tomorrow. It's going to come out on Friday. I think you're really going to like it. Mark that down in your calendar. Now let's jump into silver. You see the daily chart here of silver spot. And man, hallelujah. I got good news for you. Feels like Christmas. Feels like Christmas. As you can see, we finally broke the downtrend channel that has been in place since May 13th. So for more than 3 months, downtrend channel, and we've been fighting with it basically for a month and a half. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. We are breaking out today of the downtrend channel, and that is really bullish on many levels. Obviously, as you know, as I'm here in the crowd land, we need to wait for US trading, especially the last hours when the institutions come in. But the move that we see here in silver, which is a move that's based on the technicals and on the gold price, and I'm going to get to the gold chart in a second. What's important here is there's not really any major news out that's moving gold or silver. The dollar is not doing anything, though we have a really interesting development in the dollar. I'm going to show you that in a second. And in oil, so gold and silver are anticipating down moves in the dollar and down moves in gold. And that, in my opinion, and that's the real reason for the moves in gold and silver, we're seeing a short covering here. And you will see it better when we talk about gold. That means we could see strength in the last hour of today's trading in the US because institutions are going to cover their shorts. If that happens, and therefore the candle holds, or the gains in silver get even bigger, well, that would be even better. Then we clearly have to say we have another signal. They are adding up that gold and silver may be in the bottoming process, and we do not gonna get the undercut, and we do not gonna get the flush sale. Now, does that mean we're gonna run back to $80 or $100 an ounce? Absolutely not. As you can see, we have a significant double resistance zone in the uptrend channel that we broke that goes all the way back to the tariff chaos in April 2025. And then you see the lows from March, which have been significant support and resistance. They basically intertwine around 60.50 to 61.50. It's unlikely that we're gonna break this double resistance zone without support from gold in the first try. But that doesn't even bother me. If we get, and let me see if I can draw this in real quick. Where are these like super cool arrows? Here we go. If we can get something like this, I would be very happy. Meaning, we move up, we doink off the resistance zone, we go back down, but the support around 57.50, which has been, I think we defined that one pretty accurately, holds, and then we get a move up. I think our chance of breaking it increase, again, depending on a lot of factors that we do not know about right now. Remember, the fundamental reason why gold is up and therefore silver is up is that they're supposedly easing of the diplomatic tensions between Iran and the US for another ceasefire. How often have we heard this before? So really there's no fundamental news, right? The market is just looking for a reason why things are moving, and a reason why things are moving, in my opinion, is improved technicals creating a short squeeze. So that would be my ideal scenario. Now, let's look at gold, because silver will not be able to separate from gold. It will only have more significant moves. And as you can see in gold, we have a really strong candle, and gold is looking better than silver. Now, on the, how do I say that? It doesn't look better on the upside. Here we go. This is it. It doesn't look better on the upside because, as you can see, we're fighting with the downtrend, right? Now, to be fair, this is the longer term downtrend. This is the downtrend that started in the beginning of March. So this is significant and significant resistance because it now collides also with the 4,070 mark that we define really well here, that I now see, interestingly enough, popping up on more and more institutional reports. I'm not saying they're watching this channel, but I'm also not saying they're not watching this channel. Who knows? There are probably people working there that are much smarter than me, but all of a sudden, I read more and more two lines that have not been mentioned for weeks, and that is 4,070, which I pointed out to you 4 weeks ago, I don't know, and 4,200, some say 15, some say 50, whatever, doesn't matter. So this upper red line that I pointed out even earlier, because obviously that was in play earlier than the 4,070. So what does that mean? That means we break 4,070, we will get some triggers on some institutions that things are changing in gold. I'm not saying they're going to buy aggressively yet, but that's their first signal. And then 4,215, which is this line that I gave to you, like 6 weeks ago or so. Yeah. That is the big one. Also because it will more and more coincide with the 50-day moving average, the purple line moving down. We go above 4,215, institutions will start buying. That's pretty much clear now. Now, So while the upside is not as good as silver, where silver has broken the downtrend, which triggered the short squeeze in my opinion, the downside looks much better for gold. Let me find this super cool. Here we go. Because look what we are developing here now. An interesting double bottom formation that is actually textbook in the way that the second low is higher than the first low. Now, again, that does not mean that we are that's a terrible second bottom. So that we have the low and that we are at the end of the correction phase. Nobody knows this right now. But the signals are keep improving, right? Double bottom, which, okay, granted, it really looks like it's a drunk double bottom, right? Had a couple of whiskeys too much out of Craig's glass. So, but you get the idea. Higher low on the second low. Our positive divergence in the RSI starting to pay off. We are still below 50. We need to get over 50 to get the big RSI trigger. But this is interesting that we're gaining strength. It's hard to see, but if I go like this, if you look at the RSI, please, down here at the bottom, you can see that we broke the weakness this week as well, right? Today, we broke the weakness. Now, I'm not a big RSI break of RSI trendline fan. I think it's deceiving, but it's something, and again, another piece of the puzzle we're putting together. So, if gold can break 4,070, that will increase the bottoming formation case, I would say, by another 5 to 10%. If you watch this weekend's video, then you know what I mean. I still think, because of the lack of any fundamental news, this is a short squeeze. Why? It's these people right here that all went short below 4K. And they look at gold right now. 4K is holding. We have the situation in the dollar. Going to get to that in a second. We're going to have the situation in oil. Going to get to that in 2 seconds. And they are saying, well, I cut my losses. I'm out of here. Let's close out the trade. Didn't work. That's fine. No big deal. Because if we go above 4,070, which we tried to do today already, didn't work out so far, then obviously for the short sellers, the loss is going to increase. So let's get to the dollar. Interesting development in the dollar. And that's why I'm saying I think gold and therefore silver are front-running developments in the dollar and in oil. We've seen the dollar go up in strength in the past days. That's because of the war in Iran. Higher oil prices increasing the likelihood of maybe there is a rate hike coming, another one that's not priced in the market, but definitely reducing the possibility of rate cuts. Blah, blah, blah. We know the fundamentals. But as you can see now, we are coming into this double resistance zone of the retest of the uptrend that we have broken, that started in May, that pushed up the dollar, and the downtrend that started pretty much a month ago, and we doinked off it twice. So as you know, trend lines, 3 times, that makes a trend line. If the dollar turns around here, there could be weakness coming down to the 50-day moving average at least. Now, oil. Doinking off the 50-day, as I was telling you, that would likely be the case. And the 50-day in oil is significant. We've talked about this before, but I want to show you this again. So this is since January 2025, right? So August 2025, we break below the 50. And as you can see, the 50 pushed down the oil price. Nice bull trap here, but you could figure that one out pretty quickly with this candle right here. The 50-day was what pushed down technically the oil price all fall and winter. Remember, this is the area where we got bullish on energy stocks here at Hot Trades of the Day. And then look at the break that we got in January. We get the break above the 50 and retest, confirm, close to retest, no big deal. And then it runs up. And we retest it here, undercut it, liquidity grab, back above it, undercut it twice, liquidity grabs above it. And then we break the 50-day here in May. And look what happened afterwards. Monster sell-off on oil. So the 50-day is really, really important for WTI. And again, we're doinking off it, which means I think we're going to go down in oil. We're going to test the 200. Again, not a short recommendation. I'm not your financial advisor. As I said before, I would not short oil at all at these prices. The risk is too high. You do not need to be in every trade. Okay? There are hundreds of trades that we miss every day, and that's okay. The risk is, you cannot calculate the risk for oil. But I do think we're going to get a test of 200. And then, as I said in yesterday's video, and if you missed yesterday's video, hit the subscribe button. Then it's going to get really interesting, because if we hold the 200-day moving average in oil, and I say we like we are like an oil cartel, like Saudi Arabia size here at Hot Trades of the Day, but you get the idea, then we have a change of trend. But short-term weakness is coming in oil, and that all fits together with gold and silver. And again, even if it's short-term, that would lead to an improvement in the technicals in silver. And every improvement strengthens the case for the bottom. Now, what are you going to do now? What am I going to do now? Well, I'm going to see how the mining stocks open, and then I might add a small position or add to some existing mining stocks. Because again, I do not believe in binary investments. That never works, all in, all out. Some call it dollar cost averaging. That is a concept that is acceptable too, fine. I like to go more individual stocks, try to time it better. Right now, as I said in previous videos, you want to buy the stocks that show high relative strength. Those are the ones that are going to go first. So that's those are the ones I'm going to look at. And I'm going to look at silver stocks today. I'm going to look at silver stocks because I bought 2 gold positions week and a half ago, I think it was. Yeah, sounds about right. So I'm going to look at silver. Now, you do you, not your financial advisor, but that is how I am reacting to this new development. Again, silver looks good. On the upside, silver looks better than gold. But on the downside, this new double bottom that we're seeing here, that nobody has on the radar yet, except we here at Hot Trades of the Day. If silver breaks 4,070, you will hear people start talking about this very quickly. And again, does that mean we may go up, doing off, I don't know, 4,200 and form a triple bottom? Yeah, could be the case. But as long as we don't undercut 4K, that strengthens every day, strengthens the case for the bottom around 4K. And boy, will that put pressure. We talked about it in previous videos. Will that put pressure on all the gold bulls that are sitting around 3,600 to 3,500 with their buy orders? Now, we're not even there yet, not even close. The downtrend is not broken. But this is a good day for gold and silver investors. And you know what? After looking in the past weeks, I take it. That's it for today. Have a great day. Again, if you're interested in SpaceX and my analysis of the tech stocks, the bonus video is coming out as well. We see us tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.